What's going on, guys? It's middle of November. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. I'm headed out of town. Guys have the rest of the week off. We're going to get a little quick video in for you guys, dropping Friday. The day after Thanksgiving is Black Friday. We don't not have anything on sale, unfortunately, but go shop other places. We're gonna do a little bit of a shop tour today, go over the 5 necessities to start a hardscaping company. Stay tuned and hope you enjoy the video. String, first essential in the hardscape industry. Square, second essential in the hardscape industry. Hammer, big hammer, third essential in the hardscape industry. Like I said, guys, 5 essential needs in the hardscape industry, 5 essential pieces of equipment, whatever you want to call them. This is 3 already, but I really classify this all under one category: hand tools. String, you got to keep the patio straight. Have to. Pavers, whatever you're laying, pavers, trees, whatever, it's got to be straight. Your square has to be square off the house, off the pool, off the coping, off the building. Whatever you're laying needs to be square because it's not good if it's not square. And hammers, you got a guy laying, got a guy knocking, tapping, making them level, making them flush, button them up next to each other because you don't want to squish your fingers. Hammer is essential. This is actually a dead blow. There's a little bit of sand in it. I don't know if you can hear that, but a little bit of sand, so it's actually more powerful than regular hammer. It's also rubber, therefore it does not damage the pavers as fast, I should say, because it still will crack a paver if you hit it too hard like Hercules. But these are the 3 essentials underneath the category I like to call hand tools. Another thing, some people would call this still a hand tool, but there's all sorts of different types of levels. This is, I believe, a 2-foot level, maybe a 1.5 feet, I don't really know. This also helps stuff get straight if you need to make them straight for a short period of time. Overall, this is a level, like I said. Make the pavers level. You got a bubble in the middle, blah, blah, blah. There's hundreds of different types of levels. These are from Harbor Freight. I'll probably get some hate for it, but they have a warranty, and anytime they break or whatever, you just go return them and get a new one. So they also have Stanley levels, which you can use a mallet on, supposedly. I've never used them, but I've heard good things about those. And obviously the Lowe's and Home Depot levels as well, but you need a level. 2% slope on everything. Make sure that water's draining away from any structures, away from any pools, houses, whatever. Do not throw levels. Don't throw levels. Set them down. Alright, make sure you have multiple of these because they clearly don't start very easily. Concrete saw. This is a TS420. This is basically all we run. We have a couple battery powered saws, a TS800, but overall, these saws are an absolute unit. Probably the #1 essential in the industry behind a compactor. Definitely a concrete saw. Cut your stuff fast, quick, efficient. We also have a couple IQ saws. Our IQ saws are completely dustless, so those are really nice, especially when we're cutting quick stuff or long stretches of stuff, I should say. This is better for quick stuff. This is a 14-inch blade. You can get them new, get them off Marketplace, whatever you want to do. I think we have a total of 6 of them because we're constantly rotating them, maintaining them and whatnot, so we definitely want them working at all times. Like I said, 14-inch blade. The IQ saw has a 16-inch blade. I think this is a go-to. This was the second piece of equipment I bought. I was still in the first job and I bought this. It was very useful. 4th piece of equipment, compactor. This is a really old compactor from Harbor Freight. The first compactor we got years ago. As you can see, it's clearly seen better days. I might have a warranty on it, I don't know. I should probably get it switched out. But we have a couple of different compactors. We have a roller compactor. We have a big 3570 from Bartell. It's a reversible. We also have a smaller reversible from Bartell. It's a 1550, I believe, 1570, something like that. And those are really key for walls, compacting patios. You want to make sure your base is compacted 100%. This is what makes your patios fail over the long period of time. And yeah, especially your walls. We do a lot of walls. And you want to make sure that not only the base is compacted, but the actual back of the wall is compacted as well, so you don't have any settling going on behind there. Side note for any of you guys wondering if we still use this compactor, I think it's been sitting at shop for months now. As you can clearly tell, it's kind of just rusting away. Any sort of compactor works. Just make sure you have the right compaction force for what you are doing. Big, large, diesel compactor might not be necessary if you're only doing patios. If you're doing walls and roadways, definitely more practical to get one of those. It's a bigger surface area. This worked when we first started for doing basic walkways going up to a house, but now as we've progressed as a company overall, we've upgraded our compactors. We've got more reliable compactors. We've got bigger compactors. There's also jumping jacks, which are really nice up against foundation stuff. I know a lot of people around our area use those. My guys have their own preference for what they like and what they do not like. What we have suits their needs, suits my needs, and overall company has as a whole. Our second vehicle we used for Greystone was a 1995 F350. It was actually an F Super Duty back before they even had 350s and stuff like that. It was a dump bed, massive bed for the size truck that it was, but the engine could pull anything. Super good truck, reliable engine, had some oil leaks and stuff like that. I wanted my company presence to be more up to date and more reliable. My clients rely on us to be at the job site every single day, and having a truck that was in the shop here and there and not knowing if it was going to turn on in the morning was not the best thing. So behind us we have a 2021 F550. It has a 6.7 liter engine in it. Thing's a monster. Diesel. It tows and hauls and pulls and drives and anything you need to be done. It's been super reliable besides, like, you know, very small mechanic stuff. Got a dump bed on it. This bed holds, I believe, 7 to 9 yards of mulch. So quite a lot of mulch. We don't do mulch too often, but it'll tow 5 tons of rock in it, no problem, and dump it with ease. Super reliable truck. This is a key in the industry. Now, do you have to have a brand new truck? No, not at all. There are other trucks out there. International 4700s are super nice. Been looking at some of those recently. And when you get a vehicle, it literally is so cheap. This wrap cost us $1,000. Get your truck wrapped. It looks way more professional. You can look at the client's house and all of our stuff is in uniform. You're gonna want one of those. Overall, it looks pretty cool when you see it driving on the road too. And the last and final piece of equipment that I'm sure all of you guys are waiting for is the Ditch Witch 1550. The best investment Greystone has ever had. It is a tank of a machine. Can almost move a full pallet of blue 60. Throw a couple people on there and it can do mostly everything. Digs, can do trenches, lift up pallets, grade, whatever you need. There's one step up above the 1550, which is the SK3000, which is also a mini skid that you stand on. There's been a couple times where my buddies have had the machine available and I've used it just to try it out. Super great machine. But overall, the 1550 is small enough where it can fit in most gates in Charlotte, North Carolina, so it's perfect. Does not do much wear and tear on the yard, and it's an overall tank of a machine. It is a large investment, just like the truck, but once you get in one machine, it's easier to get a couple other ones and stuff like that. So our first machine that we bought was an M2100. We bought that machine last April. We just got rid of that machine last week, actually. That machine was great. It was smaller. It was half the price of the 1550. And it got the job done. 100% got the job done. It was great. The guys loved it. We're going to be upgrading to an SK1550 in the spring. Another one, we're just waiting for them to come in because they're on back order like 2 years essentially. Ditch Witch makes a tanker machine. Bobcat makes a good machine. The mini skids are great. Get up against the house, you can see stuff. You don't have to worry about backing up into anything because you can literally see right behind you, versus in a full-size skid. You're going to open the door, jump out of the cab, look around you, make sure you're not hitting anything. Visibility is very low. A lot of the backyards in our area are too small for them. You know, if you're out in Indiana or somewhere where you have a lot of farmland and you're working on some big houses or big properties where you can get full-size stuff in there, by all means, go ahead and get it. I'm not telling you not to. It just does not work for what we do. That's why we have a mini skid. Guys, I really appreciate you tuning into this week's video. Do not forget to like and subscribe. We've got another video dropping next week. Stay tuned, it's gonna be great. We'll see you later. Have a great Thanksgiving.